Good morning, gang. Happy Thursday. Well, I'm going to give you a little bit of good news to start the day. How about that one? Both videos that I recorded yesterday, we have further developments on, and both of them are good. Believe it or not. Okay, not any thanks to the politicians, well, almost, but positive developments here for both. First off, the tax one that I talked about, Janet Yellen's craziness on unrealized capital gains. The Democrats have abandoned it altogether. Joe Manchin has called it stupid and said there's no way he's voting for it. So, and there's no Republican support by a long shot for it. So that one's dead in the water. So that's good. So we can all breathe a sigh of relief that that idiotic idea's kind of got trashed. So good. All right. But at least you guys know what to watch for. The second one that I talked about yesterday, the ships out in the Pacific. Miraculously, yesterday afternoon, it was reported that some of the ships are now heading to, of all places, Oakland. Go figure. So that's a good thing. We'll get some of these ships unloaded and maybe reduce the bottleneck or whatever of everything there, get some stuff back in the stores. So just wanted to let everybody know there. it's okay. 2 for 2 yesterday. But, all right. Gee, maybe if I go 3 for 3, we could kill this and this would be really good. I'm guessing there are some of you guys that live in Houston or in Phoenix. Okay. And I asked those two cities because those two cities are just above and just below the amount of illegals that have come into the United States this year. All right. A little bit more than the amount of people, all the people that live in Phoenix, and a little bit less than all the people that live in Houston. Okay? There's been 2 million illegals that have come across the border this year. And of course, we know they are going to take your jobs, take your housing, take your schooling, not pay any taxes, and do all this sort of stuff. And Biden is fast tracking them to get work permits. Now, some of them, hey, again, same thing with these refugees coming over from Afghanistan. Some of them, sure, they helped the U.S. military, translators, whatever would be. I'm all for that, okay? The guy who abandoned his wife, his kid, and his dog back in Afghanistan or something like that, no, screw him. Send him on put him on a cargo ship and send him back to Afghanistan. Yes, I know it's landlocked. Just the point. Same thing with people coming from South and Central America. Okay. Hey, if you've got skills to come to the United States, apply legally and come. More than happy to have you. Okay. You're an engineer, you're a doctor, it doesn't even have, if you've got some reason that you are going to benefit American society, I'm all for bringing you over here. Okay. If you're coming over here to milk the system and get a free life, no, I'm not, okay? I'm sorry. I've got 2 mouths to feed plus the 2 dogs and, 535 mouths I'm feeding in Washington. I don't need any more. So, but this is where your illustrious government is giving it to you up the backside. Some of you guys have kids. Some of you guys don't, okay, but grandkids or whatever would be. And, you like to think that your kids are safe. You like to think that you're safe, okay? Now think about desperate people, all right? I'm not talking about cartel members, MS-13 guys, not that there aren't those coming across the border too, all right? But I'm talking about just desperate people who made it across the border, snuck across, and aren't the beneficiary of, the Biden phone, the Biden car, the Biden apartment, and the Biden food stamps. Okay, I'm talking about the guy who comes across the border, sneaks in, and says, okay, now I got to figure out what to do. You see some of these illegals coming across the border quickly turning to crime. They got to eat, they got to sleep, they got to do something, okay? And the easiest path is take something. Same with the refugees coming over. We've already seen stories of them raping people, killing people, doing whatever. So, there are bad apples in every group. There's bad apples in the United States. There's bad apples in the police force. I mean, there is no segment of society that is all good people. The Catholic Church, okay? I'm just giving you an idea here, okay? Every sector of society has a bad apple in it. But as usual, the Biden administration has blinders on. Now, y'all know that during the Obama era, it was illegal for customs, for ICE to arrest a illegal at a courthouse. They were being tried for shoplifting, rape, murder, whatever it would be. But ICE couldn't go in there and arrest him to deport him because that was violating his rights, regardless of the rights for people that the crime he committed against. I mean, you remember that one story about the judge who got disbarred because she assisted an illegal in escaping the courthouse to stay out of ICE custody. Well, this is what Biden did yesterday. He's already reinstituted the sanctuary courthouse deal, all right? And we all know what sanctuary cities and sanctuary states are. This is now federal policy, okay? It takes effect immediately. So tomorrow morning, okay, when you send your kids to school, if there's an illegal walking around the hallway of your kid's school, they can't arrest him. You're a doctor, you're a nurse, you're going in for a colonoscopy, whatever it is. If there's an illegal at the hospital, you can't arrest him. Yeah, okay, you figure you want to stop by, pray the rosary, do something, go to church, go to synagogue, go to mosque tomorrow, whatever it would be. If there's an illegal in there, can't be arrested there either. Oh, the kids are out at recess, playing on the monkey bars, swinging on the swings. Oh, I'm sorry. If there's an illegal on a playground, a child care center, or a school bus stop, they can't be arrested. Gee, there's a great idea if you're a pedophile. Crisis centers, homeless shelters, rehab facilities, food banks, can't arrest them. Disaster relief centers, can't arrest them. Funerals and weddings, can't arrest them. Protests, rallies, and parades, can't arrest them. So if there's some guy walking down Fifth Avenue in New York at a protest, waving the Salvadoran flag or something like that, saying, Biden let me in, give me rights, I deserve to be a citizen, whatever it is, and NYPD's all around and ICE is all around, they have to say, go ahead, sir, this is the United States, you're welcome to be here. Literally, illegals have more rights than you or I do, okay? I can be arrested in a school. I can be arrested in a church. I can be arrested at a funeral. If I commit a crime, I can be arrested. But if these guys do, which they already have committed a crime, they're in the United States illegally, they can't be arrested there. This is how safety matters, guys. Big, big, big time, okay? How many of you live close to a school, a playground, a church, a hospital, a doctor's office, a dentist's office, a minute clinic, whatever it would be? Any of these places, think about this. Protests, rallies, and parades. What did I say yesterday? About two people getting together and talking to something. Definition of church, right? Let's say you have two people standing together. All the guy's got to do is have a sign in his hand, and he's protesting. He can be standing out in front of my house saying, I don't like white guys who garden. And if the cops come up and he goes, I'm protesting. Oh, I'm sorry, we can't do anything. This is where our country's gone, guys. This is how scary it's going to be out there for us. Because we have less rights, and we can't even count on the cops to help us in this regard on our federal government on immigration and customs to protect us from people who have committed a crime. We're going to have to protect ourselves. Just be very careful when you do. Have a good Thursday. Pinball out.